Or you just seriously scarred?
As I was watching it again last night, I kept wondering, could there, because you go for such a realistic and grounded experience with this film, are there other DC superheroes in this world? Is this something where it's like, do you know what I mean? Like, could a Superman exist in this Batman world, or is it sort of these are separate things?
I mean, the thing that was important to me was I felt that it's a high wire act to do a Batman movie, right? Because the character's been around for 80 years. Everyone has their own version in their head, and there have been great movies. So the last thing I wanted to do was come in there and feel like I had to do something with the highest degree of difficulty and then also find the ways that it connects to everything else. So my thing was, from the beginning, I said, look, I think it's enough to try and just do a Batverse, to do a Batman movie, and that's where this begins. It's, I suppose it's not impossible to believe that somewhere down the line, they could connect to something else, but that was not my interest in this, and it's not my interest in what we would do in follow-ups at the moment either. I feel like the whole point in us working with this incredible cast and this incredible crew to realize this movie that sort of, I really believe, is a fresh and different version of these characters, is to pursue there are a lot of great characters in the Gotham world. And so the idea of leaning into that's really my interest right now.
Totally. And I, in no way, shape, or form, do I want to see Superman show up in a sequel. I'm just curious if it exists.
You mean if it could? Is that what you're saying? I mean, if something like that did happen, because I was very careful about, to me, what I try to do is take, I did this in the Apes films too, and even Cloverfield, this idea of taking the one fantastical element and then have everything around it sort of be as grounded as possible so that it could feel, I want it to feel emotionally real and to make everything feel very believable. And so in this movie, even further, I think, than what I did in those films, I tried to find the practical, believable version. So if suddenly in the Batman world, you discovered that there was an alien that was Superman, there'd be a lot of shock. I mean, people would have to say like, oh my God, and maybe that would be the one fantastical element. But to be honest with you, that is not the intention at this point, to figure out how to make that come. Look, we should be so lucky that this is a world that people embrace and that they say like, oh my God, we want to see what would happen when those things collide. I think if that challenge ever presents itself, it would be an exciting one to explore, but I'd have to try and do it through this lens, you know what I mean? And that is absolutely right, that at the moment, to me, this world is the place that I want to focus.